Good evening. Welcome to Arlington High School for this girls varsity basketball game between Lexington High School and your Arlington Spy Ponders. My name is Lewis McCulloch alongside Jeff Spector with Alex Mueller on the camera, and we'd like to thank ACMi Sports for the use of the equipment to bring today's game to you live on YouTube. Arlington should be expecting a tough game tonight as Lexington comes in with a record of 9 wins and only 3 losses. They're currently ranked 6th in MIAA Division I. Player to watch is junior guard Stella Crinity, who was named a league all-star last year as a sophomore. I'm sure that head coach Steve Solly will have his team focused and ready to go. The Spy Ponders now stand at 1 win and 10 losses, so we anticipate that head coach Nick Martinelli's squad will have their hands full tonight with another tough Middlesex League opponent. Jeff, good evening. Welcome to the booth. What are you looking for as looks like we have some net fixing going on? What are you looking for as the game is hopefully about to get underway soon?
Honestly, I think at this point in the season, for me, I just want to see how the girls react emotionally. They've had a few rough games over the last 2 weeks. Just want to see where their heads are at. Throughout the last few games, I just feel like they're unsure of themselves. They're unsure of even at times what they're trying to do as individuals or as a team. I'd just like to see them get back to where they were a few weeks ago, where they were playing really aggressive defense. They were fighting every possession, and win or lose, you knew right where their heads were at.
Melina O'Hagan wins the tip. Weezy Mueller sets up the offense for the Ponders as senior captain Lily Paul eyes and finds McCulloch up top. Kicks to Eileen Lucas. McCulloch drives, loses it, and it's going to be a turnover, Lexington ball. Stella Crinity for 3. That's off. Lucas with the rebound. Starting lineup for Arlington tonight is senior captain Lily Paul, junior Weezy Mueller, junior Alina McCulloch, and sophomores Melina O'Hagan and Eileen Lucas. Mueller inbounds the ball, and Lexington with a steal. And we'll give you the Lexington lineup in just a moment, once we have a break in the action. First points of the night, number 14 for Lexington scores the layup. Mueller brings the ball over half court, finds McCulloch who shoots it. Lexington rebound up to Crinity. Drives on Paul and finds Gloria Doyle. 3 is off for Lexington. Lily Paul with the rebound. Mueller pulls up, can't quite finish. Good battle for the rebound. Anticipated by Mueller, steals, takes it in, and gets fouled going to the basket. Nice anticipation by Mueller, and she'll go to the line for 2. First shot is up and good for Mueller, and Arlington is on the board, down 2-1 early in the first quarter to Lexington. Second shot is up and good. Game is tied at 2. Good pressure being applied by Lucas and the rest of the Ponders on defense. Crinity's shot is off. Good box out by O'Hagan, and another great rebound. Up to Mueller. Surveys and finds Paul. Finds Lucas down low. Back out to Mueller, who drives. Great finish. Nice play, good ball movement there, Jeff. 4-2 lead for the Spy Ponders.
Absolutely. Weezy's coming out really aggressive. Lena's coming out aggressive. Like to see how they're both taken to the hoop. We're not just shooting threes.
Shots off by Lexington. McCulloch with the rebound and brings it up. Sees nobody in the middle, tries to drive and takes it strong. She's going to go to the line for 2. I mean, that case there, Jeff, didn't see anybody step up in front of her and decided to take it all the way to the basket.
Absolutely. Draw the foul, take 2 free throws. And, if you haven't been watching the girls play this season, one of the things that can't be overlooked, I mean, I think we've had 4 possessions so far, 5 possessions. We haven't thrown a pass away. There have been no bad turnovers. And just from how you start the game and where that's going to put you, again, emotionally, they've come out aggressive. They're playing clean. They're attacking the hoop. And we'll live at the free throw line.
First shot for McCulloch is up and good. And that's another good sign to have some free throws falling for the Spy Ponders early on. 2 by Mueller and the first by McCulloch here. Arlington leads 5-2.
Absolutely. And if you're to pick 2 girls to go to the line, having Alina and Weezy be the 2. Couldn't pick 2 better people.
Second shot from McCulloch is down.
And there was no jinx on that.
No announcer jinx, which is another good sign for the Ponders. Just under 5 minutes left here in the first quarter. Drive by Lexington. Not a great shot, and Lily Paul collects the rebound, fires it up to McCulloch, finds Lucas, thought about a 3. She gets it down low to O'Hagan, and that's going to be 3 seconds in the key. Bad break for the Ponders, as that was a well-worked offensive possession down low. Kernity to bring the ball up for Lexington. 3-pointer for Lexington is up, no good. But offensive rebound gives Lexington High another chance. Kernity with a drive, doesn't get that to fall. Strong rebound and rip by O'Hagan. Pushes ahead. Saw Alina there, the right idea to look ahead. A little too much on the pass, but I like the push. Rebound and go.
I think something to watch out for. Lexington's had a bunch of wide open looks so far, and like a lot of other teams that come into the gym, a lot of teams seem to struggle shooting in the first quarter, first half. Based on Lexington's record and where they're ranked, I would expect those shots to start falling for them as we go.
Good pressure by Lucas on the steal, and couldn't quite finish. O'Hagan does get the offensive rebound. Mueller tips it out to Lucas for another chance for the Ponders. Good patience by Lucas, settles it down, gets it out to McCulloch up top. Again, nobody in the middle, so she tries to drive. That's going to stay Arlington basketball. Got our first substitution of the game. Sammy Walsh replaces Captain Lily Paul. Good to see Walsh getting some early run in this game. Offensive threat for the Ponders. McCulloch kicks it to O'Hagan up top, who hands off to Mueller. Lexington on the steal and push. Kernity drives and finishes.
Help's got to come over and stop her. Can't give her a free layup like that.
And that's going to be Martinelli's first timeout, Arlington timeout, first timeout of the half. While we have a break in the action, just like to remind everyone that this is an ACMi sports production. Numerous Arlington High School sports games and events are filmed by ACMi Sports and made possible by both student and parent volunteers. If you're interested in helping to produce, film, commentate, and/or edit the games, please reach out to us at sports@acmi.tv to find out how you can gain experience and learn sports production while bringing more sports broadcasts to the Arlington community. So we're just under 3.5 minutes left here in the first half. Arlington clinging to a 2-point early slim lead, 6-4. Jeff, not a bad start overall for Arlington.
Certainly not a bad start, but in a year where we've already had a few misses on games that probably should have been wins, I think the early frustration is, once again, missed layups. And, not just one missed layup, but, we miss a layup, there's someone there to get the rebound, and then we miss that layup. And then it turns to a quick break the other way, and that turns into a bucket. So realistically, instead of 8-2 Arlington over halfway through the first quarter, we're in a 2-point game. So for all purposes, it's a tie game halfway through, which again, it's a good start. But we could be up 6. We could probably be up 8. And those are just missed opportunities, and we need that cushion against some of these teams.
Arlington back on offense. McCulloch surveys, finds O'Hagan up top. Gets it down low to McCulloch, who finds Sammy Walsh. Open for three, takes it. Little strong, but it was a good offensive possession.
Good
and a great offensive rebound by Mueller. Good track down by Lucas to keep the ball in play for Arlington. Finds Sammy Walsh, kicks it to McCulloch. Sees nobody. Oh, great dish to O'Hagan, and the finish. Cornetti brings the ball up, finds Fortier. Great steal by Eileen, good anticipation. She is locked in right now. Good start for her. Brings it back out patiently. Mueller on the drive. She's gonna throw that up and get fouled. Almost got it to go. Great take by Mueller, and she'll go back to the free throw line.
Yeah, and to your point, love seeing Eileen on the floor. Her speed, her ball handling skills are really top rate, and I think it definitely adds something to the floor and to the team when she's out there.
Mueller to the line for two. First one is up and down. Hot free throw shooting continues. 9-4, Arlington leads by 5. Second shot, good as well. Double digits for Arlington early in the first quarter, which is a good sign. 10-4. Eileen playing really good defense. It's going to be a foul, blocking foul on O'Hagan, and Lexington will go to the line for two. She was close, she just didn't get there. I think maybe a half second too late, Jeff. Otherwise, that's probably a charge.
Totally agreed. Totally agreed. I think literally the only difference between that drive and the drive 2 possessions before for Lexington was Molina was probably about a half step quicker on that one, and she at least got the hip into her, which caused her to miss the layup, as opposed to the last possession where she was able to sort of wiggle between the two of them.
First free throw for Lexington is off, as is the second. And Sammy Walsh will bring down the rebound and find Lucas. Lucas surveys, finds Mueller. Sammy for three, thought about it for a second, finds Lucas, who drives. Lofts it up, doesn't quite get it to go. Good drive though, on the floor, diving for the ball, and we're gonna have a jump ball. That's great effort by Arlington. Both Lucas and O'Hagan getting down on the floor to tie up the ball and cause the jump ball. Lexington basketball, Cornetti will bring it over. Cornetti for three. Off. You're not going to want to see too many shots like that for her. She's a good shooter.
Yeah, absolutely. Wide open. Another one.
And she's got that quick release. She's not going to hesitate. She's going to keep working. That shot falls. 10-7. Arlington leads by 3. McCulloch to Lucas. Back to McCulloch. Lofts it over O'Hagan's head, and that's going to be a turnover. Lexington on the attack. Bank shot for Lexington. That's going to tie the game at 10. Lucas finds McCulloch. McCulloch will take it. A little strong on the three-point shot, and we're under 35 seconds here in the first quarter. As Cornetti kicks it back out. Fortier for three. That's off, but Arlington does not come strong for the rebound. Lexington gets a second chance and puts it in for their first lead of the game, 12-10. Under 10 seconds. Lucas kicks it to McCulloch. He's going to drive, finds Sammy. And that's going to do it. Tough way to close out the quarter, which was otherwise a very strong opening quarter for Arlington. Final score after 1 is going to be 12, Lexington 10 for Arlington.
So I think my developing take on what we're going to see going forward here is if Arlington doesn't improve their on-ball defense, they're going to run into a buzzsaw over the next 8 to 16 minutes. Lexington's comfortable at this point. They seem settled in. They're starting to shoot the ball better. If we can stay playing man-on-man, girl-on-girl, we're going to be in good shape. I think we'll get a hand in their face. We'll probably contest a lot of these shots, and the percentage will maintain at a reasonable number. If we keep getting beat off ball, they're going to move the ball. They're going to keep getting open shots. They're going to bury us with threes. Then we're going to keep running girls out, multiple girls out, and we're not going to be able to rebound. And you're just going to see this thing blow up. So to me, that's where this whole thing is going to start and end, particularly over the next 8 minutes, is just where's our on-ball defense at.
Yeah, I agree with that. I think towards the end of the quarter there, Lexington got a couple open shots, and they're a good shooting team. If you give them open shots, they're going to knock those down. That's going to be tough for us to hang in there with them.
Absolutely.
On the positive side, free throws were going down for Arlington. Everybody on the team was attacking and looking to get to the basket. So hopefully they can continue that going into the second quarter.
Recording will start from this point. We'll have to upload that.
All right, welcome to Arlington High School. We understand the live stream is now going. We were unable to bring you the first quarter. We have it recorded. We'll get that posted afterwards. But let me catch you up quickly. Arlington trails after a very hard-fought first quarter, 12-10, to a very strong Lexington team. Lineups for Arlington right now. Avery Spector is into the game, along with Melina O'Hagan, Lily Paul, Weezy Mueller, and Alina McCulloch. Arlington on the offensive side. Mueller has the ball. See, Spector finds Mueller, and the ball movement is great. McCulloch finds O'Hagan down low, who goes up strong and finishes. That's going to tie the game at 12. Really nice ball movement on that possession. A lot of people touching the ball. Great finish by O'Hagan. Trinity pump fakes and drives. Misses. And Arlington collects the rebound after it bobbles around a little bit. Mueller bringing the ball over the half court for Arlington. Mueller for three.
Thanks.
Count it.
Big shot. Big shot.
Big shot, and really nice to see Mueller step in and take that three. Great defensive pressure by Arlington, forces an errant pass, and that's a turnover Lexington.
And that's where you see the on-ball defense start to come through. When you see other teams actually have those kind of passes, which a lot of times is unfortunately what happens to Arlington, it's not an accident that it happens. It happens because the person with the ball is under pressure, tries to make a play, somebody cuts the wrong way, and then all of a sudden, the ball's going the other direction.
And while we've got a timeout, let me give a little background for those that are just joining us. Arlington playing against a very tough Lexington High School opponent tonight. Lexington coming into the game with a record of 9 wins and 3 losses. They're currently ranked 6th in MIA Division I. Key player for them, Stella Crinity, junior guard, was named League All-Star last year. They have a number of other very strong players.
Your time is for tomorrow. I'm just going to go live without any of this.
Okay.
5:20, 27. That's why we're showing us this, but it's going to be live until tomorrow. So I can go fix it.
Spector bringing the ball up. Good defense being applied by Sam Fortier. Finds Mueller. Kicks out to Spector. Back to Mueller, who finds McCulloch. Gets it in low to O'Hagan. Goes up, gets her own rebound. Goes up again. Trinity comes down with the ball and brings it over for Lexington. Finds Fortier, who can't finish. Great rebound by Spector, and push ahead. Finding McCulloch, who a little bit strong on that. I think she lost track of where she was. Couldn't find the backboard there. Good defensive pressure applied by Spector. That's going to be a three-pointer for Doyle. Sorry, not Doyle, another Lexington player. Misses twice, and Spector comes down with the rebound. Mueller kicks the ball up top to McCulloch. McCulloch drives, tries to find O'Hagan on the backdoor cut. It's going to go off Lexington and stay Arlington basketball. Lucas back in the game, giving Mueller a quick break. Nice start to the game for Mueller. Lucas finds O'Hagan, hands off to Spector, who finds Lily Paul. Down low to O'Hagan, who backs in. And we're going to get another 3-second call, and that referee is really sitting on that 3-second call, it seems. Good defensive pressure being applied by Paul and Lucas, as well as Spector. And that's going to be a foul on O'Hagan as Sam Fortier drove to the basket.
Just tries to stay a little bit lower, slide a little bit quicker. She was right there. It was close.
Isabella Jardine into the game, replaces O'Hagan. Faith Kim with the ball for Lexington. McCulloch tries to jump it, doesn't quite get the steal. Recovers with Spector. And that's just a good shot. That's a good basketball play. Tough shot by Stella Cerniti. That's what she does. Arlington leads by 1, 15-14. Lucas finds Jardine. Jardine saw Spector maybe a half second too late. It was open for a minute. And Lexington brings it up. Finds Stella Cerniti, finds a three-point shot, no good. Gets a rebound, puts another one up. In and out. That's not going to be effective for Arlington if we don't start getting some rebounds on the defensive side. Can't give Lexington too many chances. I believe that foul was on Jardine. Is that right, Jeff? I didn't see who it was called on.
I actually think it was on Avery.
Oh, was it? Was it on
yeah.
Spector? Okay. Doyle to inbound the ball for Lexington. Finds Cerniti. Open three for Doyle is long. Spector with the rebound. Gathers and fires it up to Lucas. A little bit too much.
She has to keep her head up. She just has to keep her head up there. She was fine with the pressure, just not enough loft on that pass.
Lexington drive and finish as they reclaim the lead, 16-15. 3.5 minutes left in the first half. McCulloch drives, and that's going to be a foul on Gloria Doyle. Those two know each other well, former club basketball teammates. A lot of Mass Huskies represented in tonight's game on both sides. McCulloch inbounds to Lucas. Finds Spector, who passes it into McCulloch.
Save.
Gathers the loose ball, keeps it in bounds. Mueller back in the game now, as is Walsh. Open for three, takes it. Great rebound by Spector, goes right back up and gets it to go. Huge offensive rebound and put back for Spector as Arlington takes the lead back, 17-16. Nice finish by Lexington in the paint as they reclaim the lead. Back and forth game here, 18-17 Lexington. Lucas to Mueller. Mueller fires it to Walsh, who finds Spector, takes it. Great shot. That's going to be a two-point shot, long two-point shot. It looked like maybe a three, but the referee was right there. Arlington now up 19-18. Good help defense. And we're going to get a travel on Lexington. That's a turnover. Great help defense being played by Arlington, switching off and getting out on the shooters. That was really nice defensive possession for the Spy Ponders. Great stretch by Lucas, being replaced by Captain Lily Paul back into the game. Mueller into Lucas. Paul open for long two. Little strong. Open shot. You got to take those. Trinity drives. We're going to have an offensive foul. Captain Lily Paul gets in the way of that one, and Martinelli and the bench love that. Under 2 to go in the first half. Spy Ponders 19, Lexington 18, as Lucas will bring the ball up for Arlington. Finds Mueller. Lexington with the steal, open for three. That's going to be off left. Out of bounds, it's going to stay it's going to stay Lexington ball. Great steal by Sammy Walsh. Good anticipation, and Lexington's going to get it right back. Nice bank shot finish by them. Lucas finds McCulloch, who kicks it back to Mueller. Patient, trying to find open shot, finds Walsh out for three. She'll take it. Unlucky. It's a good shot. Good switching defense by Arlington as they rotate through and find players. We're going to have a foul on McCulloch before the shot, so that'll be Lexington ball out of bounds. We're at 1 minute to go here in the first half. Arlington down 1, 19-20. Spector back into the game, replaces Lucas. Design play for an open shot by Crinity, and that's going to go. As Lexington now leads by 3, which at this point in the game is their biggest lead, which is credit to Arlington for how they've played. McCulloch with the ball. Trying to pass it out to Lily Paul, couldn't get it done. Crinity on the drive. It's going to be a foul on Paul. And number 15, Taylor Wozniak, goes to the line for Lexington for 2 shots. First one is good, as Lexington leads 23-19. Second one, up and good. Both teams shooting well from the free throw line tonight. Lexington now leads by 5, and this is an important end to that quarter here for Arlington, not to let it slip away anymore. Paul finds McCulloch, who drives and finishes it. Nice play, big
Great
shot
take.
for Arlington. 21-24, Ponders down 3, 19 seconds left in the first half. 48 drives. Shots up by Lexington, and that's good. Got to hustle here, under 10. Mueller will launch that, that's going to be tipped. That's going to be the end of the first half. Arlington down only 5, 26-21. Overall, a really good, strong half for Arlington. Jeff, your thoughts?
It was. I mean, they probably did 98% of what we would have hoped to have seen them done or see them do. The biggest difference is, I think, first quarter we were 6 of 6 from the line. Second quarter, 0 for 0. We were scoring. I don't think we were as aggressive. I think part of that is with Melina O'Hagan not on the court. We lose an interior presence. When Bella Jardine comes in, it's a different dynamic. She plays the position a little bit differently. And so I just think we were losing a lot of the interior passing that we have when Melina's out there. And then secondarily, and I think it's something that creeps up in a lot of these games because coach plays such a short bench. I think there's always a question as the game goes on, how tired are a couple of the girls getting? It's hard to go 32 or 30 minutes with very limited subs. So second half's going to be interesting.
We're going to take a quick break, see if we can get some technical issues figured out. Stay tuned. We'll be back for the second half. And welcome back to Arlington High School as we're about to start the third quarter. Arlington versus Lexington. Lexington with a 5-point lead. And they'll inbound the ball, and we'll see how the Ponders react here in the third quarter. Looks like the same starting lineup for Arlington with Mueller, McCulloch, O'Hagan, Lucas, and Paul. Good defense by Lucas, forcing a steal by Paul, and Mueller will bring the ball up and drive. It's going to be out of bounds off Lexington. Good attack by Mueller, staying Arlington basketball on the baseline. Mueller to O'Hagan. Couldn't finish, but Mueller gets the offensive rebound, and the Ponders will get another possession out of this. Another shot, hopefully. O'Hagan on the deck to try to corral that, and it's going to be tied up by Sam Fortier for a jump ball. It's going to stay Arlington basketball. Mueller found McCulloch, who's a little strong on the layup. Lexington comes down with the basketball. Cornetti up ahead to Fortier. Back to Cornetti. She finds Doyle, who drives. And that's going to be a travel. Nice help defense. Mueller inbounds to McCulloch, who gets it back to Mueller. Into O'Hagan. Kicks it out to Lucas, who'll take the three. Short. Lexington with the rebound. Good recovery by Lucas to stop the break there. Cornetti with the three, and that's off. Arlington really flying around Jeff on defense, causing a little bit of problems for Lexington at this point.
They are. They're doing a really good job, sort of in that help/recovery phase. And, you know, they're at least getting close to getting a hand in the way.
McCulloch drives. Gets it blocked. No foul, no call. Fortier finds Cornetti. Couldn't quite gather, but she'll keep her dribble alive. Makes a nice pass to a cutting number 15, Taylor Wozniak. as Lexington now leads by 7, 28-21 here in the third. Lucas to Mueller. Back up to Lucas up top. As Arlington patiently trying to break down this zone.
Great drive.
Great drive by Mueller. Really good move with nothing really opening up there, Jeff, on the zone. So Mueller took it upon herself to attack and score.
Right back to what she was doing in the first quarter, which is great to see.
It's a great drive by Trinity. Really nice finish around O'Hagan at the end. Turnover for Arlington. That's going to be Doyle bringing the ball over for Lexington. Trinity's going to take that three. They'll make it.
Trouble.
And that's going to be a quick timeout by Martinelli. I think a really good timeout. Lexington has kind of grown this lead to 10. Looked a little comfortable in the past 2 possessions as they were getting open shots, and Trinity's going to knock those down. She's a quality player.
Absolutely. What Arlington avoided in the first half was out of control offensive possessions where they get too much speed coming down the court. They force passes that aren't there, and they just lead to straightforward turnovers. They did a great job in the first half of avoiding those, which is something that's plagued us in pretty much every game all season. And now in the first 3 minutes of the second half, I think we've probably had at least 3 of those possessions. We're not even getting, we're right back to where we started at the beginning of the year. We're not even getting looks offensively. The one look I think we had was Weezy's drive, which she converted. But again, against teams of this caliber, you can't go 3 and 4 minutes getting 1 look at the hoop. You need looks nearly every possession down, and ideally multiple looks. So we're going to need to start crashing the boards offensively now as well, and start converting, because we're going to have to pick up the offensive pace.
1 change for the Spy Ponders coming out of that timeout. Avery Spector into the game for Lucas. Under 5 to go here in the third quarter. Paul trying to find McCulloch on the baseline. That's going to be off of a Lexington leg. Out of bounds. It's going to stay Spy Ponder basketball. Mueller calling out the play. Finding McCulloch.
Good
drives. Yes, we're gonna get fouled there. She's gonna go to the line for 2. And Jeff, I to your point before, I think we're gonna need to see more of that, more of Arlington attacking the basket, trying to get to the line, trying to get some easy layups, generate some offense somehow. First shot for McCulloch is up and down. Cuts the lead to 9. 33-24, Lexington. Second shot from McCulloch rattles around and falls.
Yeah, I didn't want to break the flow there of the free throws and interrupt anything. Completely agree. Some layups, more free throws, especially the way we're shooting them tonight. They really have to stay aggressive. We're not going to be able to just rely on outside shooting tonight. And, of course, a couple of missed layups on Lexington's part isn't going to hurt.
As Mueller brings the ball over half court, gives it to McCulloch. Brings it back out to reset the offense. Waits for the screen from O'Hagan. Kicks it over to Mueller. Fires it down low, and that's going to be out of bounds off number 1, Gloria Doyle. Very active defender for Lexington. Got her hand on that. Thankfully, it went out of bounds. It's going to remain Arlington basketball. Mueller to inbound. Lofts it up to O'Hagan. Finds Spector. Kicks it to Paul. Down low to O'Hagan. And that's going to go. 27-33. Arlington now down just 6 as they've clawed back into this game. Nice shot by Lexington. I thought we had the baseline helping us on defense there, but they were able to stay in bounds and work it for an open shot. Mueller brings the ball over.
It would have been nice to have him miss that one and try to take this thing down and cut it to 4.
Oh, Lily Paul with a nice pump fake, sidestep, open, long 2, unfortunately, as she did step on the line. Nice bucket, though. Good offensive possession for the Ponders.
One more stop here.
Spector applying the defensive pressure on Trinity, who forces the ball out of her hands. Well done. It's going to be a foul on who? Is that on O'Hagan?
Yep.
That's going to be her third. And I believe Isabella Jardine coming in the game now, replacing O'Hagan. Trinity to inbound for Lexington. Good defense by Arlington there, forcing a tough shot. Mueller finds McCulloch, who's going to drive and finish. And that's going to get us to 31, down just 4 points now, 35-31. Really nice stretch here by Arlington. Great defense by Spector, forcing Trinity back out. And we're going to have an offensive foul on Lexington. Isabella Jardine in the right place at the right time. Great team defense by Arlington across the board there to force that turnover. Eileen Lucas back into the game. Forgot to mention she replaced Lily Paul. Nice stretch for Lily. Spector up top to Lucas. Lucas to Mueller. Over to Spector. She's going to drive. Good drive, good offensive rebound by McCulloch. Back up, in and out. Unfortunately, couldn't get that to go. Looked like Lexington was out of bounds on the baseline, not called. And that is going to be a carry. Again, I really see Arlington jumping out on the defensive side and just causing a little bit of hesitation by Lexington. We're getting some turnovers off that defense.
Yeah, I mean, it's so fundamental in basketball, but it will make all the difference. Just putting the offense under a little bit of pressure will change up the cadence.
Spector lofts it over to Mueller. Doesn't see anything there, brings it out smartly. Finds it, McCulloch. Surveys, lofts it over to Spector, who finds Mueller. She's going to be open. That was a tough call, tough break. Lexington basketball, and Trinity is coming out of the game. Interesting move here by Coach Saliat. Don't know, little frustration being shown by Stella there. Good recovery defense by Spector. Lexington shot misses. And it's going to be a foul, I think, on Isabella, which I don't actually mind a foul there. You don't want to give up easy shots in there. Rather, foul them, make them earn it at the free throw line.
100%. They've missed a few of them tonight, and we're not in foul trouble.
First one down. Lexington leads by 5, 36-31. With a minute and a half left here in the third quarter. A very strong quarter so far for Arlington. Now if we can just close it out and keep this game close going into the fourth, we'll see what happens. Lexington makes both.
So much
leads
for
by
free
6.
throw struggles.
Call that the reverse jinx.
Always. I'm mush.
Spector to Mueller. Mueller drives. Good offensive rebound by Isabella. She's going to be fouled. That's going to be Arlington basketball on the baseline. Mueller to inbound. A minute 20 left on the clock. Finds McCulloch. Kicks it over to Mueller. To Lucas. Finds Spector. Back to Lucas. Spector finds McCulloch. Arlington's in a little bit of trouble here, not really doing much offensively, but they're getting on the ground. Spector finds Mueller, kicks it out to McCulloch. She's going to drive, kick it back. Oh, tried to find Mueller back out, and that's going to be a turnover.
They need a stop right here.
Good recovery. Everybody on Arlington back and playing hard on defense.
Good closeout.
Stepped out of bounds. Great defense by Arlington, forcing the out of bounds. That's going to be Arlington basketball. 38 seconds here. Would almost like to see them,
One shot.
yeah, take a little time and get one good shot here at the end of the third quarter. Mueller surveys and finds Lucas. And smart basketball being played here. McCulloch back to Lucas. Lucas over to Spector. Spector finds Mueller, who's going to take that and make it. And
Wow.
that's a big shot.
I think she might have shot that from Lexington.
Weezy Mueller with a huge three to cut the lead 2-3 here at the end of the third.
Straight up, no shots, no shots.
And that shot is just off for Lexington. And I will go out on a limb and say that was Arlington's best third quarter of the season by far, in my opinion.
I would 100% back you up, no doubt.
Great close to the quarter. Really nice to see the composure by Arlington. 37-34. Down only 3 now against, again, go back to it, Jeff. This is the 6th-ranked team in Division I in the entire state of Massachusetts. They're 9-3. They've beaten some high-quality competition, and Arlington's right there. In fact, Arlington is putting pressure on them and closed the gap there in that third quarter.
Yeah, you know, and I've been trying to figure out what's the difference of how Arlington's playing tonight versus 2 nights ago, 3 nights ago against Watertown. You know, I don't know if you can really look at this, but you know, you commented earlier. There's a bunch of a bunch of Huskies playing against each other here, and just as importantly, Arlington and Lexington played each other. These girls have played each other for probably the last 5, 6, 7 years through Metro West basketball. I know for a fact the sophomore Arlington class used to beat up on the Lexington sophomore class year after year. I have the feeling, I think the junior class, the same thing. I'm not sure about the seniors. But at some point, these girls know the girls who they're playing against. And at some point, that familiarity, that understanding of, we've played against these girls, we've beat these girls. I don't care what their record is. I don't care what their rank is. I know as an individual, I've beaten this team. And as a team, we can beat this team. And again, that fundamental belief just deep down, put the records to the side, put the rankings to the side, go out and settle down on the court after 32 minutes. And I got to be honest, down 3 against this Lexington team is probably the best basketball we've played the entire season through 24 minutes. Now, there's 8 to go. A lot can happen in 8. We've seen good 8s. We've seen bad 8s. But I'll tell you this. They've absolutely given themselves a chance right here.
I agree with all that. And what I really like to see here is senior co-captain Gianna Palillo not playing due to coming back from a recent injury and sickness, out on the court, getting her team fired up to finish out this game and start the fourth quarter here. Really good to see Gianna getting in there and getting the crew fired up.
Absolutely. She wears that captain's badge with pride.
Resetting the lineups for Arlington, we've got Lucas, Spector, Mueller, Paul, and O'Hagan on the court. Kernedy back in for Lexington, as the stands are filling up here on a Friday night in Arlington. They're in for a treat, hopefully, here in the last quarter. Weezy anticipated, didn't quite get the steal. And Lexington's going to come out and hit the first bucket of the fourth quarter. Spector finds Lucas. Paul open for 3. She's going to take it and make it. And the shots are falling here in Arlington tonight. Down only 2. Big shot by Captain Lily Paul. Doyle got lost there, missed defense by Arlington, but did not get punished for that one as she missed the 3. O'Hagan collect the rebound and passes up to Mueller.
You can give an assist on that rebound to Eileen Lucas with a phenomenal box out.
Lucas drives, kicks it back out to Mueller. She's guarded by current Huskies teammate Sam Fortier. They know each other well. Finds Spector open for a long 2. Little strong, good shot though. It's a good shot to take. As she hustles back on defense and picks up Kernedy. Kernedy for 3. That's a killer shot. She's a kind of player that I think has a good sense of timing, and then realized her team needed a bucket and took a big shot and made it for them. Arlington down 5, 42-37 here, 6.5 to go in the fourth. Spector for 3, online, just right, just wide right. McCulloch into the game, replacing Mueller. Sure, that'll be a quick break for Mueller to get some rest and get her back in the game.
Yeah, she won't be sitting long. Imperative we get a stop here. We do not want this going to 7 or 8.
Three-pointer for Lexington. Back-to-back threes for Lexington. Pushes the lead to 8. Lucas finds Paul, who finds Spector. Out to Lucas, open for 3. And that's down for Arlington. Big shot.
Way to bounce back.
That gets them to 40 points, cuts the lead to 5. Huge shot for Avery Spector.
Absolutely. 2 misses that she was not happy with before that. Huge bounce back.
Good to see her keep shooting despite the misses. And that's a bank 3 for Lexington. As it's a little bit of a back and forth game right now. Lily Paul with another shot. That's off. That's going to be out of bounds. I think O'Hagan tipped that last. Lexington basketball. And like we thought, Mueller back in the game after a quick break, replacing Lily Paul.
I think right here the key is we have to turn the defense up. We are not going to be able to outscore this team over the last 6 in offensive output. We have to D up, get some rebounds, and push.
Which is what Spector does. Finds Mueller.
Great
look, great finish. Arlington's at 42 points.
That's how you run the break.
Keeping it close, keeping the pressure on Lexington. And that is just a backbreaker 3 by Wozniak for Lexington. As that's 3 open threes. I'm not even sure if I would call them open. They're just taking and making some big shots on the Lexington side. Timeout by Martinelli. I think, Jeff, probably to get to your point and reinforce that, the defense needs to stay at a high level here as we close out this game. It's nice to see Arlington cracking 40 points. This is our highest offensive output for the season. We've got a lot of diversity on in terms of who's making shots for Arlington. Another really nice thing to see. Really just hope they can keep their composure, keep the defense tight and locked in, and see if we can't close out this game strong.
Yeah, sorry about that. Yeah, with just over 4.5 to go, I mean, I don't know what the number is that we're going to have to hold Lexington to, but I can say with a high degree of confidence, we're going to have to limit Lexington to probably no more than 4 or 5 points more. We're really going to have to shut them down. And even if we do that, we still need to come up with another 14 or 15 points, which in 4.5 minutes is not going to be easy. But that's what it's going to take. We're going to need a couple turnovers. We're going to need a couple fast breaks. We're going to need a couple of free throws. And then we're going to need a couple of shots to go.
And that shot, unfortunately, did not go for O'Hagan, but she was able to come in and force a jump ball. It's going to be Arlington basketball. Paul back into the game for Lucas as Mueller sets the out-of-bounds play for the Ponders. Finds O'Hagan. Unfortunately, it's going to be a turnover. Lexington basketball. Offensive rebound for Sam Fortier. I believe that's going to be a foul on O'Hagan on the drive. Her fourth, and Lucas will come in to replace her.
Looks like Arlington's going to go small here, and let's see if they can just turn up the pressure and get out and run.
It's not a bad idea. Lexington's not a huge team, and I think what we want is we need people flying around and jumping out on three-point shots as Trinity drives. Really tough finish by her. she's come alive here a little bit here in the fourth quarter, pushing the lead to 11 now, 53-42. Mueller scans, finds McCulloch. Throws it away. It's going to be Lexington basketball. As they slow it down a little bit, run a little bit of clock, and try to get a good offensive shot. Three-pointer is up and good. And Wozniak continues to shoot the lights out from outside. Is Arlington now down 14, 56-42 as this game slipping a little bit out of their hands. Ball's tipped on the way through. It's going to be another turnover for Arlington. Lexington really ramping up their pressure on defense right now as we're under 3 minutes to go here in the fourth quarter. Arlington can't quite come up with the offensive rebound. Wozniak's going to shoot another one. Misses that one, thankfully. But Arlington, I think, just a little sped up right now. A little too frantic. That's going to be a turnover. O'Hagan and Jardine back into the game along with Paul, replacing Spector and McCulloch. Another offensive rebound for Sam Fortier for Lexington. Cornetti drives, tough runner. She's good, there's no doubt about it. Helping Lexington to pull away a little bit as Lucas drives and finishes a really tough shot. Nice left-handed finish for her. As we approach 2 minutes to go in the ball game. Arlington down 14. Wozniak on the drive this time, finishes. And Lexington hits 60 points. Really impressive fourth quarter here by them.
Yeah, I know we were down 3 at the start of the quarter. What was it, like 44-41, 43-40, something in that neighborhood. You can look at it at both sides. Lexington got hot, has knocked down a bunch of shots. Probably not the best defense we've played the entire game. And then at the same point, the offense has gone dry. You combine the two, and that's a bad 8.
Mueller drives, gets fouled. She'll go to the line for 2. First one off the back rim. I believe that's the first missed free throw for Arlington on the night. A lot of positives to be taken from this game, despite the fact, I think, Jeff, that it's getting away from us a little bit here. Second shot for Mueller coming up.
Absolutely. Really impressed with how they played through the first 24 minutes. Not a huge believer in moral victories, but I loved what we saw through 24.
Second one for Mueller goes down. Arlington down 15 now, 60-45. A minute and 15 left in the game. Wozniak with another 3. Good rebound, good strong rebound by Mueller, and Martinelli's going to take his last timeout. My guess here, Jeff, is he's taken a minute to just calm everybody down, let them keep their heads up, finish the game strong. No need to be despondent. You know, they played a really good game against a really good opponent. We got a minute left. We got to practice end of game situations. How do we want to play defense? How do we want to attack on offense? You know, what's he looking for in the future as we hope these games will be even closer? Yeah, I completely agree, and I at the same time I really hope that is the messaging, because I think there was a lot of positives to take away from this. You know, it's
it's always easy to find the negatives and find the things that we have to keep improving on. I think as a coach, that I know from my standpoint, I think that's always the easy part. But you have to make sure you can draw the positives out of this too. And you battled the top team tooth and nail for 24 minutes. And you can't lose sight of that.
Mueller hands off to McCulloch, who hands off to Spector. Finds O'Hagan, passes to McCulloch down low, out to Spector, open for three. McCulloch trying to track down the offensive rebound, can't quite keep it in bounds. It's going to be Lexington ball. Really good play by Arlington there, good ball movement. Unfortunately, it's a make or miss game, and Lexington's been making shots, we haven't. Steal by Spector, finds Lucas, who's going to drive again and finish. Nice finish by Eileen Lucas. Cuts it to 13 as Arlington continuing to play hard right up until the final whistle. That's going to stay Lexington ball. 20 seconds left. Arlington playing hard right till the end.
Love watching Avery and Eileen team up in the backcourt to put some pressure on.
It's going to be a jump ball. Great dive by Lucas to get her hands on that one. Believe it will stay Lexington ball. Martinelli coaching all the way to the end, which you like to see, despite the score. Lucas with the steal. Pushes and drives up ahead. And it's going to be an offensive foul as she crashes into Lexington's number 21, Faith Kim. We've got just over 10 seconds left here in the game. Ready to bring the ball up, and she's just going to try to dribble it out. Arlington won't let her. McCulloch with the foul. I don't mind this, Jeff. You know, again, like we said, they're learning how to play at these end of games. They're learning how to close games out. This is the kind of defense you have to play. You like to see it.
Absolutely, pressuring the inbounds, throwing a trap out there. You know, not full-on full court press, but you know, 3/4. Again, they're all different looks that you have to be able to throw out at teams.
And that's going to do it. Final score, Lexington 60, Arlington 47. A lot to like about the game.
Yeah, there's a lot of positives to take away from this one. Again, it's certainly not the ending we wanted to see. Would have been an amazing Friday night in the gym if we could have sprung the upset on them. But again, they did a lot right. I hope the girls are proud of the effort. I hope the coach is proud of the effort.
Yeah, I agree with all that. There's we might have a couple girls joining us post-game for post-game interviews as we wait here for the boys' game, which is coming up next. Just to close out and give a preview for what Arlington will face next week. We're going to look ahead to two home games on the schedule. First up is a rematch against Winchester on Tuesday, followed by another rematch against Belmont on Friday. The Ponders played tough against both of those teams on the road earlier in the season, so it'll be a good opportunity, I think, to see where they stack up at this point in the season. Please stay tuned. Again, as I said, we have expect to have a couple of the varsity girls join us for post-game interviews in a minute. And I'd like to remind everyone watching that we'll be handing things over to Dawn and Tim shortly as they'll be covering the boys' varsity game against Lexington. Tip-off for that is expected at 7 o'clock, so in about 15 minutes. Hang with us as we're going to get a couple of the players on mic and on camera.
Sorry, I'm doing so. Yeah, same. I was just thinking that. I'm like, we just printed up here. Oh, God. Yeah, I can see myself.
All right. We are live, girls. Thank you for joining us. I have Captain Lily Paul and Junior Wheezy Mueller joining us here. First of all, nice game, girls. Not exactly the way I know you wanted to finish, but Lily, I'll start with you. Tell me a little bit about the game tonight. What worked for you guys?
Our communication was really good, and our defensive rotations were there. They're a good shooting team. Good shooting teams are going to score. We just need to work on our closeouts a little bit better.
I agree with that. I think I was impressed to be that close to them after 3 quarters. Some of the best basketball you guys have played, I think, all season. What was something that Coach Martinelli talked to you guys about halftime? Because I really saw intense focus when you came out in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, during halftime, he was just reiterating that we need to close out really hard, jump to the gap, and cut off what he called cut off the head of the play, so disrupt the beginning of the play.
I saw that happen. In fact, one of their stronger players, Stella Cornetti, a little bit frustrated in the 3rd quarter. Defense you guys were playing was fantastic. I will say she came in, had a good 4th quarter, helped them pull away. I'll come back to you in a second. But Weezy, let me talk to you for a minute. Give me your thoughts on the 4th quarter. As it was starting to get away from us a little bit, what was the mentality like? What were you guys talking about on the bench?
We just talk about we got to keep our heads in it. Like, we're a team that's got to fight. We got to give energy all the time. That's our game. So the second we're not focused, they're going to hit their shots. We play some great teams. So when stuff like that happens, we just got to get turnovers on defense, and that will translate on offense.
Yeah, I agree with that. I'll say what I noticed tonight offensively for you guys was a lot of different people scoring, a lot of different people shooting. Was that a focus for the offense for this game, or kind of how did you see that evolve as the point guard for tonight?
I think that's something that's been developing during the season. It wasn't anything new to the team that, some girls had to step up, had to get on the boards and go score, and a lot of the underclassmen, a lot of new girls getting out there scoring. I think it was confidence. I think it was the energy, and it was their time. They score like that all the time in practice, and I think they brought that confidence to Tate and showed the game that they can really play, so I was really proud of them.
Awesome. As you look ahead to, the second half, really the tail end of the season here, we've got a lot of rematches coming up. Next week, a couple tough ones, Winchester and Belmont. Give me your thoughts on Winchester first, Weezy. What are you looking for there?
They're a really great team. They can shoot the ball, but we played a good game against them last time. I don't think the score reflected it, but if we play our defense, if we play hard, we can stick with them, maybe get an upset. I'm really excited. It's great that we get to play these teams a second time because we get to prove ourselves again.
And at home next week, too, which is great.
Yeah.
Lily, what about you? Belmont is the second game next week here on Friday. Again, another rematch. Some thoughts that you have as looking ahead to that game?
Yeah, these upcoming games are really important. Like, we played these games against them first in the beginning of the season. We were a very new team together. We've really developed a lot since then. Our offense has gotten much better. Like you said tonight, our shots were really falling. That was great to see. And we've been working on our defense a lot, and hopefully that translates into those games.
Awesome. All right, Weezy, I'll give you one final chance here. You're live on air. Anybody you want to give a shout out to?
I'll give a shout out to my sister, Harriet. She's out there in California.
I'm sure she's watching.
Maybe watching this. We'll see. Maybe I'll tell her to go look at it. So.
Great. All right, well, congrats. Good luck next week. Lily, congratulations. I heard you're going to Skidmore next year to play lacrosse.
Yeah.
Very good. That's exciting. Any shout-outs that you'd like to make before signing off?
Yeah, my mom. She's over there. She's a great supporter.
Both of the moms. Look at them over there.
Oh, they're
Awesome.
both talking, yeah.
Yeah, we had a good crowd tonight. Well, thanks again, girls. I appreciate it. Good luck for the rest of the season.
Thank you so much.